It's like, but
Do
how
you still use Digg?
What's that?
Did you still go there?
I mean, no. I wish. I wish. I'm just being honest. I really did. I don't like the current design. It's
You
tough
came
when
up with
it's your
that design.
baby, and
Yeah.
you sit there and you're like, did they really
Yeah.
do that to the design? Like, there's certain things that would just drive
That was
me
his design.
nuts. It's. I feel that. So okay, let me break this up. So basically, what happened is when you're selling off an asset like that, you have to figure out, do we sell this off as one big company, right? And that's kind of tricky because there's a lot of things tied to that. Ultimately, we decided to break it up into a few different components. So the team, the core engineering team, all was sold to Washington Post, and that had an exit. The IP, all the patents that we had on the early digging and social voting and all the stuff that we did, 8 years ago, was sold off to LinkedIn, and so they purchased that. And these are not, I mean, these are millions and millions of dollars. This was not, everyone read Digg was sold for $500,000, and they were like, oh my God, what a deal! And it wasn't like that. Like, there was a lot of other sales, and then also the hardware. So Digg started in 2004. We had 500 plus servers, routers, switches, you name it. That was another, over $500,000 sale for that. And then finally it came down to the actual property itself. And so, I got to say, a lot of credit to David Z at Greylock, and Andreessen Horowitz, and all the other investors that we work with, Highland Capital as well, because they allowed us to do something pretty unique in that we had a site with a lot of visitors. And when we put out the word kind of through the grapevine that this was up for sale, there were a lot of companies that came to the table that offered more money than what we sold it for. And you're thinking, like, why would you do that? Well, there was a lot of like spam sites that wanted to turn it into a link farm. There was like a bunch of properties that would have just really screwed things up. And so, the investors were really cool and said, we're going to take a loss on this. We get that. Let's find a good home for it. And so when John at BetaWorks came around, and I've always had a lot of respect. If there's any company that understands the real-time nature of the web and kind of where things are going, it's going to be the people that brought us, Bitly and Chartbeat and all these other really cool things that fall under BetaWorks, TweetDeck and others. And I think that John came to the table and was like, we want to reboot this thing. We want the brand. We want to carry this forward. And we're going to throw some serious resources at it. It just made sense.